we are back. This is session 48. And last session, we got through 2.5 rooms, but they were an eventful pair of rooms. In the first room, which is to the east of this one through the not so cleverly hidden secret door, you guys encountered and defeated a gray slod, which are kind of nasty. It ended up immolating itself in a fireball in a last-ditch effort to try and take you guys out a little bit. And I think somebody picked up a spirit in there, but now I can't remember which spirit was picked up. I have a name. Nang Nang. Kellic got Nang Nang. Yep. So Kellic is inhabited by Nang Nang. And after that, you guys entered a little secret hallway, and Kellic picked up a bottle. You guys then came into the room you're currently in with this cart, which, contrary to the way it looks, is now shoved up against the south wall by Kellic. You fought hordes of skeletons coming out of those urns that are now all shattered. And before Kellic and Yaza disabled the shield on the wall, which is now lying face down on the floor in that red circle, the shield was every so often hurling spears of force at everybody. And during the fight, Kellic also took the glass bottle he found and threw it out onto the ground, and it released that giant stone woman that you see in the bottom corner, who helped you guys smash through a bunch of the skeletons and urns, and that is where we are. Questions, comments, anything? Take that as a no. Oh, go ahead.
So we ended the session, and that we didn't talk with that woman at all.
No, we haven't talked.
Right.
Nope. Basically, we wrapped up with me deciding between you guys and the woman you could finish smashing the urns. So the lay of the land is basically you guys have finished smashing all of these glass urns that were continuously summoning skeletons. You have knocked the shield, throwing force bolts on the floor, and the very large stone lady took it under her own initiative to smash apart some of the urns on the far side of the room while you guys were doing the rest, and that is where we closed. So you're all kind of huffing and puffing from having killed a couple dozen skeletons and smashed a bunch of glass urns and hauled a massive cart across a room.
All right.
And did we kill all the zombies that were chained to the door?
There is one zombie left. That one is actually controlled by Teresa.
Okay, but the other two are dead.
Yes. Actually, Teresa's zombies are still over here, too. Sorry. I dragged everything away. Oh, Iku's there, too. Haha. Let's get Iku over. So, Yaz, are you approaching the large stone woman?
Yeah, I want to go up to her and just, introduce myself and say, "Hello, I am Yaza."
And she's straightening up, brushing chunks of debris off of her stone skin, and has to in a kind of imperious way just looks down at you. This stone woman towers about 4 feet over your head. She's big. And she says, "Well, hello, Yaza. My name is Keshma al-Wazir, and I suppose I have your friend to thank for freeing me."
I would say colleague, not a friend, but yes.
Probably a good opinion to have. And she looks up from you and sees the others in the room and just kind of looks around and says, "This is truly an abysmal place to be, isn't it?"
I could not agree more. You can call me Sebastian, by the way.
Well, I rather like it. There's always something interesting behind every door.
Well, I suppose that's one way to have an optimistic outlook on life. I don't suppose any of you know how to get out of this place.
Actually, I rather think we do.
And she raises one stone eyebrow at that comment and says, "Well, then I would request that you tell me as quickly as possible how I can leave this place."
What do you intend to do upon leaving?
As soon as I can get out of this place, I am going to return to my proper plane of existence. This material plane always makes me feel soiled. No offense to you all. And she just kind of shudders and brushes some more of the bone bits off of her.
No offense taken. I'm sure I would feel out of sorts were I to visit your home.
She smiles very thinly at that comment and says, "Most likely."
May I inquire as to how you came to be here?
Well, it's mildly embarrassing, but a conjurer of some sort pretended to be a noble from another court of my kin and came to visit us and took me in, and I unfortunately did not realize until too late who it was or he was, and he managed to ensorcel me in that stupid vase.
Do you happen to know the true identity of this conjurer?
Um, I. He was using an alias, but I think it was something like Akarak or Akabad, some stupid A name. Obviously,
Sirac?
a Sirak, yes, that's what that little shit called himself. I mean, he's admittedly a powerful little shit, but a little shit nonetheless.
And one who is at present our enemy.
Well, you are obviously not completely stupid then. I would agree that he should be just about anyone's enemy.
Is there any way that I might entice you into joining us in our endeavors to put an end to his schemes?
She thinks for a minute and says, "You know, that does sound tempting. But I really do want to get out of this realm. No offense."
None taken. I don't like it here very much either.
But didn't you just say you like it here?
I think
like
she
the
meant she
two.
likes the dungeon.
Yeah, I like the two. The other places,
You mortals are confusing.
Man,
And on that point, I could not agree more.
But
At any
what-
rate, we're on the second floor of this complex. If you are to exit this room in that direction, and I point in the direction of the main door, you will find stairs leading both up and down. You would need to go up one level and then back to this side from the stair complex, the side on which we are, And in that general direction, you will find the exit of the tomb.
Well,
Now, as to how to open the front door from the inside, I may not exactly know how easy that will be.
and she looks down at you and the lot of you and says, "You know, I get the feeling that two of you are perhaps good specimens of your species, but I may have more strength than you to open such a door. I am going to investigate this exit."
Imagine you are quite right.
And she starts walking away, kind of trying to sidestep the remains of everything, almost as if she's just disgusted by all of the stuff around her. And as she gets halfway to the door, she stops and lets out a very deep sigh and fiddles with something, and then turns around and she's holding in her hand she has a cord made out of sapphires that she has taken. It was on her neck and she has taken it off. And she steps back and hands it to you, Sebastian.
And I will accept it.
And she says, "A token of gratitude. You did help me out of that stupid vase. And if you ever find yourself in the elemental plane of Earth, you may call upon my aid if you need it." And then she turns and begins walking out.
Fare thee well, and do be mindful of the pit trap between the inner doors and the outer doors.
And she doesn't really give a response to that as she just brushes the zombie over here out of the way, smashing the chain as she does so. As she gets to that big door made out of stone, she looks at it for a moment, squats down, strains a little bit, and cracks one side of it out of its kind of groove, pushes it to the side, and heads out into the stairwell.
So is that door basically open now?
Oh yeah, that door's never closing again.
At least not without some serious maintenance work.
Masonry or magic is going to be needed to right that door. She basically, it's kind of slides into some grooves, and she basically just shattered the outer stone through her force. Just kind of cracked it enough to take a chunk out, and so now that door is just kind of ajar. And she you can hear her stone feet on the floor going up into the level above.
You know, she's been here for at least 75 years, and you're the first party to come in and free her. I suppose some congratulations are in order.
Thanks, I guess?
Don't mention it. I am going to have to try and source another Earth Thou. That's going to be an interesting task.
Why do you need one?
As I explained, this entire dungeon is a curated experience. We can't have an empty room, can we?
Well, I mean, you could.
Obviously, you do not understand having a exacting boss.
Perhaps not.
You have problems with your boss?
I have no problems with my boss. I just have to make sure that the dungeon is in full operating order. I'll leave you to it. I have to go consult some records to see where I might find another Tao.
Rats.
Another what is he saying?
Dao. Dao.
Dao.
D-A-O.
I don't even think I know what that is.
And Yaza, as you come out the door here, Orvex is just kind of standing slack-jawed. He's been outside the whole time. And he says, "You have freed one of the Tao, and there was no conflict?"
Well, there was conflict.
Yeah, I
and-
didn't free her. That was Kellic. But yeah, no conflict.
The conflict was not between us and the Tao. The conflict was between all of the skeletons against us and the Tao.
Orvex
Nice.
peeks in and sees just the mess that this room is now and goes, "Ah, yes, you appear to have applied your martial skills in yet another triumph. Both diplomatic and martial. Well done, all of you. Yay. This dungeon has too many things in it." Sorry, my Herzog voice is not on point tonight. I'm trying to find it.
It's not an easy voice to maintain, I imagine.
I have to not think about it. "When I was walking through the jungle, all I could hear was the sounds of death and terror." It's halfway there. It's not fully there. I don't know. I need to practice it more. Anyway. Yeah.
So is this necklace that she gave me just like a
It's
treasure item, or is it like actually magical in some way?
It appears to be it appears to be a beautiful sapphire necklace scaled to the size of the towering woman that you just met.
So it could be like a belt on Sebastian.
Probably.
Probably more a belt on Teresa. I don't know if her neck's quite that thick, like proportionally. She wasn't necessarily like. She was well, I mean, here you go. Here's the image I found. That seemed like a fun image.
Yeah.
I photoshopped that image. I'll have to
Nice.
I'll have to find the original and post the high quality versions. I decided to learn how to Photoshop the other day, and that was my first result. But yeah, more of a small belt, or probably on you, Yaza. You'd have to wrap it twice, right? Like one of those big chonky necklaces that you have to wrap a few times to get around you. I don't know if they have a name,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
but one of those. But yeah, to you, Sebastian, that's what it looks like, a necklace. I think if you want Teresa to try and identify it or detect magic on it, she could.
Yeah, that would be useful, I think.
So Teresa comes over. I think identify, is that a...
You should have it as a ritual spell, if nothing else.
Yeah, is that a 10-minute ritual if they do it?
I think it's probably 11 minutes, because I think casting it normally is a full minute.
Okay. Well, she intently studies it for a minute and says, no, I don't think there's anything magical here. A pity.
Very well. And I toss it in my pack.
It is a sapphire necklace worth 1,250 gold points. It's a lot of sapphire.
That is a lot of sapphire. It was going to be really interesting if it was a necklace of fireballs.
God, I wonder.
But those are beads, not gems.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I think Teresa has a pearl of power. I think you guys have 2 pearls of power between you at this point. But that necklace of fireballs is it's kind of a crazy magic item.
All right, so we've got a shield face down on the floor. We have, is that a sarcophagus in the chariot?
Yes, there is a sarcophagus inside the chariot.
So should we open the sarcophagus or should we take care of some healing first?
We should probably heal or rest and then open the sarcophagus. But I think I'm almost out of spell slot.
I've got spell slots.
Where did my pen go?
What are we looking to do?
Do some healing. Let's see, I'm down 25 hit points.
Let me look at
Teddy, how much are you down?
a bunch.
I am down 36 points.
And Yaza's down by more than 10, probably.
Yep.
So I could do another Aura of Vitality.
Ouch. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to find my damn pen. Where did it go?
Instead of... Ah, that makes it better. Boom, now it's not going to prompt me to drop 10 tokens for this thing.
Oh, like that other time when it was...
Yeah. All right, so...
Huh. Can I get my red pen to work?
So I get 10 rolls of 2d6 for healing. First one is for Teddy.
Oh, God, don't drop the pen. Ouch.
Woo! 10. All right, I'll take it. Thank you.
What spell is this? Just the description came up, not the spell.
Yeah. It is Aura of Vitality.
Okay, yeah, I'm just curious.
Let's get some ox blood in here. Sorry, I'm letting you guys figure
Next
this out.
one for Teddy.
Where's all my tissue?
Thank you.
Okay.
And we'll do one more for Teddy.
I think Kellic needs some health too. I don't know if there's a limit on people.
I get to roll the 2d6 10 times. Let's do Yaza. That's 11. How much are you still down after that?
I'm down 8 after that.
One more for Yaza. All right, Yaza's at full. I'm gonna hit myself. I'm gonna hit myself again. That's a terrible roll. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 3 more. Well, where'd Kellic go?
He's down. Oh, he moved. He's on top of you.
Oh. All right. Next roll for Kellic.
Okay.
Kellic gets back 10.
Did
We'll
somebody here just
do
text
1 for Teresa. She gets back 9.
Sorry, I had my headphones off for a second. You guys doing
Teresa got back 9.
plus 9. She's at 44 of 56.
All right. One more for Teresa. She gets 4. And that completes the spell.
Okay, so she is at 48 of 56.
I'm going to lay on hands myself for 9. That brings me to full.
That would take me through a day. So that would have been the first day. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing some timekeeping on my end.
Well, thanks, Sebastian.
Yep.
While you guys are healing, I am timekeeping. So for the record, you guys have been in the dungeon right now for probably about 20 hours.
And we've taken 1 long rest.
Your first long rest would have basically ended the first day in the dungeon. Because I think you entered about midday, like, you entered kind of midday-ish, because you had hauled your asses up from down by Moa's shrine. So
Right.
basically the first long rest would have taken you through the first day, and you are somewhere, your body clocks are starting to get a little out of sync. But it is probably, there is some light in the hallway outside filtering down from above, so you know it is some point during the day in the world above. As a reminder, the central area, the first floor, kind of gives faint shafts of light from the outside world. So just from a time perspective, you're partway into your second day in the dungeon, basically, from like a long rest perspective. Just so you know where you're at time-wise. Does that make sense?
Right.
Because you can only long rest once per day.
So we have plenty of time to go do a bunch more shit, is what you're saying.
Right.
Well,
Well, in the meantime,
it's more just so you know, like, if you were to long rest, like, I'm kind of just tying the long rest to the quote day.
right.
I just realized I had to actually track that, so I was trying to figure out roughly how much time you've been in here. And I'm assuming each room, like, with investigations, etc., each room is probably like an hour, unless you guys just run through it. So
Yeah. I think we want to open the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can help Sebastian try and open it.
cool. This is area. Okay, that's the area number. So the sarcophagus itself. You just want to try and open it on the cart?
Yeah, I start pushing on the lid.
Sure. So you push the lid of the sarcophagus open without undue effort. I mean, it's a stone sarcophagus lid, but between Yaza helping you and all three of you kind of shoving it around, you get it off, and do you shove it into the cart or off the edge of the cart onto the floor?
I would just lay it to the side in the cart.
Yeah, we're probably not gonna dump it on the floor just because that'd be more effort.
Right.
So, okay. Inside the sarcophagus, you can see the following things. There is a brittle skull and the bones of an eblis. That's the giant birds you saw over in Zalcore's court. You saw a bunch of live elbises, and one of them followed you guys until you got to the city. There is also a gold torque, 3 gold cups, 5 gold cloak pins, and an amulet.
I pick up the amulet.
Okay. As you pick it up, there are strange shadows that flit across the walls of this tomb, kind of in the shape of a large bird, and the shadows all coalesce towards the amulet and at you, Yaza. And the shadow beak of this shadow bird rears up in front of you and shouts, "You will do as I command!" And you feel a pressure. You feel much like when you felt the spirit of Moa trying to enter you, you feel another spirit trying to force its way in. Do you accept or resist?
Well, I thought you said we could only have one spirit at a time in us.
Correct.
Oh.
This is
Well,
this is your chance to swap if you wish.
Well, now I'm curious. I want to see what happens. So, yeah.
Okay. So you feel, you let this spirit in and you hear the voice of Moa shout out in surprise inside your head. And I need to make a random roll to see who, as these two spirits begin fighting inside your head, who is going to win. And also, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me? Oh, hey, were you able to get in? Cool. Okay. So, as these spirits are fighting in your head, you take 3 mental damage just from the sheer onslaught going on inside your skull. And let's see here. Moa is higher up in the list, so Moa is even, and this one is odd. And Moa wins and resists this bird spirit and tosses it out. And you feel the two presences settle back into one. And inside your head, you hear Moa tell you, you know, that really wasn't a good decision. Papazaddle's an asshole. And the amulet in your hands is there.
Perhaps we should ask Teresa to detect magic and then identify the magical things.
Very well. Teresa comes over to ritual identify.
Wait, what did you say happens to the amulet?
You're
It's
still
in your
holding it.
hands.
You're holding it, but there's no longer any oomph from it. Like,
Okay, I was just checking.
so basically what happened is you let the other spirit in, they fought, Moa won, and Papazotl is either back in the amulet or gone. But for you, Papazotl doesn't matter because Moa won. So that's kind of that. Make sense?
Yeah, so still the nice one.
Yep, you still have. Well, Moa is, lawful good, kind and truthful. I must always speak the truth, and you can turn invisible. That's what Moa
Yeah,
lets
the
you do.
invisible thing. I think you told us that last week. I was like, oh yeah, I could do that.
As far as the abilities go of the various trickster gods, I'd say it's at least mid tier. I think Teresa kind of has the worst one right now, but that's just me. So Teresa identifies. After a while, she goes, "Well, this probably won't surprise anyone, but that amulet is magic. I think it's a amulet of health, but obviously, it also has the spirit of a trickster god in it. So, who knows?"
Well, I'll keep it on me. We'll just see.
It's also worth noting that for you, it is actually just an amulet. The effects of the items of the trickster gods only apply to the person who is attuned to them.
That's okay. I'm still gonna
Yeah.
keep it.
Are any of the gold items magical, or are they just precious items?
They're just gold.
What about the shield on the floor?
It's definitely magical.
Right?
That shield, what is the aura on that shield? I guess it would have an aura of conjuration magic. But it is not a... It has no other effect, if that makes it. It's not a magic item like out of the DM's guide or anything. It's
Right.
just
Okay, so it's not a +1 shield that also.
It's also frigging huge. It's like a 7-foot wide bronze shield. So
Right.
I don't think any of you are going to be able to carry it around on a regular basis.
That's fair.
Unlike Yaz's.
I was just thinking, like, if the giant woman comes back and she wants a shield.
that shoots spears of force. Yeah.
It would be comical.
If I needed to get out.
You do hear, noting that, you hear from upstairs a whoomp sound of stone on stone.
Well, perhaps the front door is fixed in the open position for an extended period of time.
Is that Rachel?
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if cats were doing crazy stuff or not. The 3 gold items in the torque and the 3 gold cups. So the gold torque, it's a gold torque worth 250 gold. The cups are 3 gold cups worth 75 gold apiece, and the cloak pins, there are 5 of them, are 25 gold apiece.
All right. Well, I'm leaving them there. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to do in this room, or are we ready to continue?
I'm ready to get out.
Me too.
I'm guessing we probably had it described to us in a previous session, but what is this here on the wall?
Am I muted this whole time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
Probably.
like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what happened to you?"
Wow. I was trying to make my pen work. Okay. When did I stop talking?
Uh, Somewhere around the time I asked what this thing was here on the wall.
Okay. Cool. Sorry about that. Yes, it is another one of those. I was scratching my pen trying to get it to work, and I was trying not to make everybody go crazy, but I failed and then forgot to unmute myself. It's another one of those plaques. It has a series of warnings on it. The warnings.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So the warnings are the ring is a path to another tomb, the dead abhor sunlight, only a jewel can tame the frog, bow is the dead god intoned, into darkness descend.
All right. I want to peek down this hallway up here. What do I see?
You see. Oh, let me move the camera. So you see, if unless you actually look down the hallway, you just see a long hallway. At the end of it, you see. Oh, that's not immersion breaking at all, is it? When I just sing to myself. So you see a square room at the bottom. At the end of the hall, it looks like the walls on the inside of that room are all carved. From the distance you're at, you can't quite make out what the carvings are. In the middle of the floor, there's a stone bas relief kind of engraving on the floor. Your angle's kind of funny, but it looks like an engraving of a large devil head. And it has a gaping maw into the floor below.
That could be interesting.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Oh.
Hello. How are you?
Don't do drugs, because drugs are bad, okay?
Sounds like
I
you
fucking hate crackheads. I hate crackheads.
You deal with them often?
I was dealing with one trying to negotiate on 15 fucking, like, $5 walkie-talkies until 6:30. So, yeah, enough.
Yeah, man, these are like the best fucking walkie-talkies, man. Just give me $10.
For real, it's like 6:30. We closed half an hour before, and he's like, well, what can you do on these? I'm like, I'm literally not negotiating on anything else. If you want to negotiate on something, you can come back tomorrow when we're fucking open. And he was like, oh, you guys are closed? I'm like, yeah, you remember how I locked the door like 5 times? Yeah, we're closed.
Grim, do you mean to be mute? Are you muted, or are you just not saying anything?
I was just waiting for a second. I wanted to make sure that Kellic got it all out. So yeah, Sebastian is approaching. Kellic, just so you know, the sarcophagus in the other room got opened. The giant stone lady that you freed is on the floor above, trying to smash her way out of the dungeon. And Yaza decided to try being possessed by a different trickster god, but that god failed to take over, so she's carrying that god's amulet now. And I think that's about where we're at. Have I missed anything?
No, but he went to go wash his hands, so he wasn't here.
Well,
I'll tell him. I already
God.
kind of caught him up.
Okay. Okay, Sebastian, as you get closer, you can see that you're seeing in black and white because you have dark vision.
Right.
So the whole room is carved with it's cracked and carved with basically the entire inside of this chamber is carved with terrified humanoid faces of many species and descriptions, all surrounding this giant devil skull with an open mouth into the darkness below. And as you get closer, you can hear forlorn cries echoing from its gaping maw.
Interesting.
So you know how you just did that entire recap? I wasn't here, so thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks. You're gonna have to ask Alex for it.
I figured. That's fine.
So the open mouth is big enough for a person to fit into?
Yeah. As you get close to it, you could squeeze through the mouth and drop below.
Like stand over it and look down. What do I see?
Pitch black darkness. Yes, you have dark vision, I'm aware.
Well. I pull out a torch and light it.
Is that your secret door check, Kellic?
Yep.
You do not detect any secret doors.
Alex just made sure that I've thoroughly understood there were no doors.
No doors. No fish.
Just cool.
We tried the other side. No fish. I've watched too much Moana. So you lit a torch, Sebastian?
Yes.
You have lit a torch.
Can I see anything down through the mouth now?
Nope.
Interesting. Well, I'm guessing this is the place where into darkness we should descend? Unless somebody's got a second opinion?
I'm down to go down.
All right, well, I will begin to squeeze my way through the mouth.
Okay. So you get yourself to a point where you can feel with your feet. You can kind of kick your armor-plated boots against the wall. It is a smooth cylindrical shaft below you.
Okay.
I'm kind of assuming you're like half lowered yourself in.
Right, yeah, I'm feeling it out as I go down. Like how big around is it?
About 5 feet.
Okay.
So like you can just kind of swing your legs from side to side and hit things.
Okay. I continue lowering myself.
So how do you? Are you gonna?
Just hanging on to the edges. I'm gonna extend down as far as I can without letting go to see if I feel bottom or anything.
So you kind of reverse pull up yourself down.
Right.
As you get down, you can look below you. Your head kind of breaks that plane of darkness. And you see the tunnel, the shaft that you are in is about 10 feet high. And then the room below is... Nope, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. I want to make sure I describe the room accurately. It looks like there's another 10 or 15 feet of open space below the end of the shaft you are in. You can see directly beneath you is a sarcophagus lit by what appears to be flickering torchlight. You can't really make out the surroundings of the room. You can't see, like, you're kind of looking down a tunnel. You can see a sarcophagus in what looks to be some sort of golden structure, and there are torches somewhere lighting the chamber that this shaft opens into.
And the shaft is smooth on all sides.
Yeah, the shaft it's a 10-foot shaft that's worked smooth stone.
Okay.
So if you were to drop down, you also know that there is literally no way back out if you drop down this mouth.
Right, that's what I was getting to. So, I
Killick
lift
will
myself
also
back
pipe
out.
up and say that he could just walk down that and could come back up. Like, just as a reminder.
Yes, that's all fine and well for you. The rest of us are probably going to want to use a rope. So I pull myself back up out. I describe what I've seen to
Yeah,
everybody
I
else.
just meant it as like I could scout down there and return without getting someone stuck.
Well, I mean, sure. That works too. But there's a sarcophagus down there. I think we are all going to want to go down and investigate that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was an option.
Right. Well, I mean, if you want to, like, walk down the shaft and then, like, stand on the ceiling and get a better look at the room before we all go down there, sure, that's better scouting, I suppose. But sarcophagus,
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm activating a screen that only Kellick's going to be able to see.
I just told Alex no peeking because we're on dual monitors.
Okay. So let's see. I'm going to put you here. So you're seeing this room upside down, which, since you're a bird, who cares? That's like half your life. Just checking something real quick. So, okay, this room. There are no secret doors that you percept, but I will come back to that. There are 4 torches illuminating stone sphinxes crouched in each corner of this 15-foot tall room. So you're upside down on a 15-foot tall ceiling. The torches are casting flickering light across hieroglyphs carved into the tiled floor. So each of the tiles on that floor has a different animal-themed carving carved into it. Actually, here's a better... Is this one better? Oh, this one's way better.
This is starting to sound like that hallway that we went through already.
In the center of the room, there is a gold inlaid funeral barge standing on top of a 3-foot tall stone dais. Those tiles don't have carvings on them. Resting on the deck of the barge is a small golden sarcophagus decorated with horned rabbits. You came through the dark shaft that is in the ceiling directly above the barge. To the south, down here, you can look out from the inside of a carved mouth, it looks like, into a hallway beyond. So you're looking through the reverse side of a carving, where the mouth has basically, you can see teeth, creating essentially a barred stone window. so that you can kind of see through, but there's no passing through that space. Those door symbols shouldn't even be there. Where I'm pinging, that's where the stone mouth is that you can see out of but can't pass through. There's also an open hall to the east leading off into some other part of the tomb. There is about on the second tile in from the door, the skeletal remains of a dwarf clad in a tattered yellow turban and dusty chain mail and clutching a bronze spear. There is nothing left of the dwarf itself but its skeleton.
Wait, can you say that one more time? I know I'm not down there technically, but
There's a dwarf near the doorway that seems to be the obvious entrance to this room. The dwarf is on the second tile in from the room. It is a corpse that is stripped of all flesh. All that is left is the bones and armor.
okay, thanks.
And Kellic, you would notice, as a ranger, the bones are fresh, and it looks as if the bones are fresh and something removed all of the soft tissue from this creature, this dwarf. It did not rot here.
So what you're telling me is it's the scarabs from the Mummy movies. Got it. Which is funny because this tile right there, yeah, that looks like a scarab. Okay, well, I'll pop my head back out and tell everybody like generally what I see, and tell them that it looks like another floor tile puzzle room, and that potentially walking on the tiles might end up triggering traps that strip you of your flesh.
Well, that sounds downright unhealthy. So if we were to lower ourselves with a rope straight down, would that place us on some sort of surface other than the tiled floor from which we could open the sarcophagus?
Grim, it drops right on top of the sarcophagus, right? Onto the golden, what's it called, funeral pyre or whatever?
The funeral boat. Barge. Yeah.
Barge, yep. Yeah, so I'll tell Sebastian that yes, it does drop you directly onto the barge, but it does look like there are other entrances / exits into the room, which must lead somewhere, as this dwarf obviously came out of the door that he is near.
Do you see any carvings on the sarcophagus itself?
I didn't even look at the sarcophagus.
So I'm just checking real quick.
I suppose I could just go back in and look at the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I'm just reading about stuff happening in this room to see if there's any specific things. The sarcophagus itself is carved. Oh, of course you don't put that there. I like how in the descriptions of the 9 gods it doesn't actually tell you which animal they are.
Right?
Like that would be helpful when I'm flipping through pages. Ijin is the almirage. It's the jackalope. So yes, there are little almirages carved into the coffin. You would have, or worked into the gold of the sarcophagus, and I mean, you would have just noticed that, Kellic. It's not like you would have to investigate it.
I will then relay this information to Sebastian.
I have to grab a glass of water. I'll be right back.
We somebody already picked up Ovalaka's spirit, right?
I don't remember. But yeah, isn't Teresa Obalanka?
Could be. I don't remember.
Okay, I'm back with water that doesn't have stuff floating in it.
I am back.
Sorry, I was hoping that was going to be a quick thing, and then I realized I had to go to the bathroom.
How dare you?
Are Kellic or Yasu here?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So I don't know if anybody's particularly interested in the spirit, but I think we should go down there and collect whatever its magic item is, just for the sake of completeness.
I agree.
So I'm going. Is the relief on the floor here, like, is there enough three-dimensionality to it to have some anchor points to tie off a rope?
Not really. It's a bas relief carving, not a big sculpture. That makes sense.
Okay. So we'll need at least 2 ropes if we're going to anchor all the way out at the railing outside. I have 1 rope.
I think I have another rope. If we need to.
I have some rope too.
Okay. So I'll take my rope and one of the other ropes, tie them securely together, tie one end to a couple of, or actually I'll tie anchor to 2 points out here on the railing.
Yeah, Kellic has some rope too.
Lots of rope.
And then we can,
As you guys are assembling your rope, you hear a whoomp, whoomp, echo from the floor above.
so that door wasn't quite so easy to open after all. So the length of rope that I'm going to drop down through the mouth, I'm going to put some knots in it at regular intervals so that it's a little bit easier to climb back up when we're done.
Okay.
And then I will drop it down through the mouth and begin climbing down.
So Sebastian, God, editing this is going to be fun. So Sebastian, you climb down the rope and can see the sarcophagus and the barge in the room as described before.
Right.
Do you need anything in particular called out to you?
I don't think so. You said all of the floor tiles have carvings on them, right?
Yes, there's another map that shows the exact carvings. Unless you say I want to step on a floor tile, I'm not going to try and pull that map up.
My intent is to take care of all my business in this room without touching any floor tiles.
Okay, cool. I am kind of loath to change the the map until
Right,
I have to right now.
Are these pedestal squares carved tiles,
No,
or is
so-
it just the stuff surrounding the pedestal?
Only the stuff surrounding the dais is carved. Okay, Foundry has chilled out, so I think on my end everybody is uploaded. So is everybody else waiting upstairs? Is anybody else climbing down?
I'll climb down.
Yeah, Yaz'll climb down too.
Okay. as soon as I find players. Yaza. There's a Yaza. And where is Teddy? There's Teddy. Is Kellic staying up, coming down?
Kellic will come down, but be walking on the ceiling and go over and look at the dwarf.
So I'll describe the dwarf real quick. So you can see from hanging from the ceiling, his armor and all of his equipment that's made out of metal. Oh my gosh, pardon me. So all of his armor is intact. There's just bones inside the armor. There's a turban. It looks like the turban has some sort of gemstone set in it. He had a shield. He had a mace. He had a belt with a pouch on it, and that's about what you can tell from looking at him above. As I said before, the skeleton looks like it was picked clean of flesh.
If I look at the plate that he's laying on, like the what's it called, the panel, does it look like it's a pressure plate if I look at it closely from where I'm at? Can I do like investigation or perception or something?
I mean, there's definitely deep grooves around all of the tiles in this room. Without actually pressing on them, you're not really going to know if they're pressure plates or not, but they're not grouted. Like, you can see there is space between each of these plates. So you could surmise that they're probably pressure plates or something similar to them.
Would it be possible for me to detach from the roof and fly down and basically like hover over him and like try and pick things up with my little like claw feet? Can I do like an acrobatics check for that?
Yeah, I'll say it's going to be like middling difficulty. But yeah, you can definitely do an acrobatics check for that. You make it. So what are you trying to pick off of him?
So you said he had a bronze spear, a piece of armor, and then like a crown with sapphires or something?
He's got a turban with some sort of gemstone in it. He's got a magical, or a non-magical. He's just got a shield, a mace, and he had a kind of conspicuous belt pouch.
Okay, well, I'd like to get the belt pouch first with one foot and then the turban with the other.
Sure, you grab him.
And then I'll, like, kind of fly my way back over to the barge and land.
Okay. You do so. You guys over at the barge, what y'all doing?
Alex says throwing shit at the wall.
How about opening the sarcophagus?
Let me see here.
I'm not actually throwing shit at the wall. I was just kidding.
I kind of figured, otherwise your house would be smelly. So you try to open it. The top of the sarcophagus does not budge.
So if I look at this pouch and turban, is it anything like extra special, or is there something in it that I'm excited about, or?
The turban has a peridot gemstone. Peridot? I don't know how you say that word. Peridot, worth 500 gold. The belt pouch itself contains 3 items. There is a diamond, worth 500 gold. And then there are 2 1-inch diameter crystal eyeballs. One is dark blue and one is vibrant purple. And as you inspect the eyeballs, these crystal eyeballs, one of them actually blinks at you, and from those weird purple mold things lining the edge of the room, a couple organic eyeballs pop out, and you all feel, you don't hear this voice in the air, but you hear it in your heads. Welcome to my domain. If you can find the rest of my eyes, maybe we will actually get to meet each other.
And which eye was that like looked at me and blinked? Was it? You said it was a purple and a blue one.
They both kind of did, like that creepy sort of one blinks, the other blinks, which you wouldn't expect from a crystal eyeball.
Interesting. Okay.
You said that was purple mold?
So there's this weird mold growing in the corners of this room that you didn't really notice till now, until a bunch of eyeballs popped out of it to stare at you as that voice spoke in your head. Sorry, I'm trying to find the description. It looks basically like a purple mold, and as you look around, you see it's actually it's mostly creeping out of the edges of that south side of the wall. And yeah, you saw some eyes pop through them, or pop out of them, and
Have
look
we ever
at you.
seen anything like that before? Or am I just like drawing a mental connection to the shield that had all the eyes on it on the first floor?
This is definitely organic. The shield was a bronze shield with definitely like artistically carved eyes, like stylistically carved eyes. This is like literal eyeballs in the purple mold that kind of came out and looked at you while that voice was reverberating in your heads.
So, Kellic, do you want to go try plucking eyeballs off the mold?
Do I want to go do what with an eyeball?
Like, go over toward the mold and see if you can snatch some eyeballs.
I feel like they're going to be other crystal eyeballs. What did the voice say again? Like, what did he actually, like, what were the words?
He congratulated you on finding 2 of his eyes, and if you can find the rest, maybe you'll be able to open the door. That was the gist of it. I don't have it written down, I just made it up while I was saying it. I also thought I hit the voice mod, but I didn't, so oops.
No, you sounded super creepy. It was fine.
I could do it again. Do you want me to do it again with the voice modulator on that was supposed to be on?
Sure, why not?
Supposed to have more than 2 eyes?
Here you go. Okay, Kellic, this one's for you.
If you did not hear me the first time, this floor is my domain. If you find the rest of my eyes, you will get to meet me.
There you go. Special effects. Hi, Australia. Yes.
Oh god, we have a fucking centaur in this fucking room now. Jesus
God
Christ!
damn it.
Centaur's gonna have to wait.
Yeah. I almost certainly arrived way too late. I was just checking in.
So yes, there is some entity here that has invited you to its domain, and if you find all of the eyes, you will get to meet it.
Is that the same voice as our host?
No, that is a different
Okay.
voice. This voice was a telepathic voice in your head.
Yeah.
That voice, the normal voice, comes from like a... Yeah, so like basically there is...
This is the voice of Withers that reverberates in the chambers.
Oh shit, I didn't change it. God damn it, I can't do anything right tonight.
Just edit it in post.
And first, this is Withers.
Okay, got you.
This is the new voice you just heard.
I hope they're
Wow,
different.
much different. Very wow.
Are they different? I thought they sounded different, but I'm not sure.
They are different, but they're not so different as to draw a clear distinction if you aren't hearing them right next to each other.
Okay, what if I try this?
What if I speak this way?
Okay, that's different enough to be noticeable.
Maybe I'll just give
You
it
should try like your gayest voice with that voice mod and see what happens.
Hey, have you found the door to my chamber yet?
I like that one.
Well, I'm offended. Kind of.
Okay, but
I'm gonna blog about it, and it's gonna be your fault.
Oh Jesus, the social justice will be so intense.
can I like manage to stick myself to the roof again and then go to that and inspect that? Because you said the eyeballs were coming out of the ones at the south end, right?
I mean, I'm gonna say that you guys noticed some to the south. Let's just pretend that the growth on the north side of the room isn't there. For various reasons.
Sounds fun.
I'm just saying that there's not purple mold on the top of the room because I want to say that.
Okay. I kind of want to go like right up next to Teddy and then take a look at this Sphinx and see if there's anything weird that I notice about that.
Each of the statues, so the sphinxes are all pretty similar. They're all gynosphinxes, which I think means female sphinxes. I think that's true. Doop, 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 doop. Aside from being rather large sphinx statues, there's nothing particularly outstanding about any of them. They all look the same. Is there something in particular that you're trying to figure out about the sphinxes by looking at them?
I kind of wanted to see if there's any mechanisms or like traps or anything that I can see that are involved with that. Like if they have like a mouth that would shoot arrows or something like that.
If they have crystals in their eye sockets.
Or that.
They appear to be completely made out of stone. They do not appear to have any mechanical parts to them.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I will stick myself to the roof and then go walk over and look at the purple mold and see if there's anything that's like different other than just a bunch of fucking regular nasty eyeballs.
So as you go over and look at it, what happens is like every once in a while, like the mold will kind of part and an eyeball will kind of surface from the mold and look around, and then it'll sink back in and an eyeball will appear somewhere else on the mold. It's just kind of this thing that slowly happens over time in a very creepy, organic way. Just eyes kind of emerging from the mold, staring around wildly, and then sinking back into it. As you get close, the mold also smells pretty bad. It has a definite rot scent to it.
I would like to use detect thoughts.
On the mold?
Yes. That being said, right at the beginning it says, if the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected.
The mold is unaffected.
Okay. I thought I'd try it. Fuck, I'm
Hey.
actually trying to use a spell, alright?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. It just, the mold is unaffected. And
All right. Any ideas on how to open this sarcophagus?
I could open it
Alex
as a
says
center.
smash it.
Damn it.
oops.
The answer is always violence.
Except-
Your answer may always be violence.
Unless it's stone in the tomb of the 9 gods, in which case most of the stone is impervious to violence.
Well, you say that. I think it's just insufficient violence leveraged against it.
Well, there is another possibility.
You're level 9. You're not strong enough.
Yeah.
Come back when you're level 25, and we'll see what you can do. DM says no. God damn it. And the book says no. Sorry.
Presuming that we are on the next level of the tomb, if we climb back up our rope and then descend to the 3rd level more centrally, like not in this room, we may find a plaque with whatever the clues are for that level that might help us here.
I'm silent because I have no answer to that question right now.
It's an idea. And I'm getting no feedback. I guess we lost that.
I didn't hear the idea because I was bullshitting. What?
So I'm proposing that we climb back up the rope, go back around to one of the other stairs that we have encountered, come back down to this level, find the plaque with all the clues for this level that might actually help us in this room.
I was going to open this door.
Well, I mean, that's an
There's-
option too.
There's not actually a door there right now, which I just realized. So,
Right now?
I just realized right now that there was a door icon that was closed there. I didn't realize it was closed because, if any character steps on the tile, yeah, that would actually be an open passageway. You can't see much beyond it. You can see a hallway over there, and that's what's there. Let me flip back because you're going that way now. So you're kind of coming at this. I apologize. This is coming at this kind of from a different direction, but you are in a corridor. Are you flying or walking, or what are you doing right now?
I was walking on the roof in this area.
So are you on the roof here too?
Yes.
Okay. So as you walk through, the doorway here, or this passageway, there is a small tunnel to the north of you, and there is a kind of a peephole carved through the wall in front of you. On this side, it just looks like there's a hole in the wall, like a peephole in the wall.
Okay. How big is this, like, passage?
It is big enough to kind of wedge one person into tightly and start moving through. It's like more of a crawl way.
Okay, well, I don't want to do that without the party, so
Is it
I'll
cool
make
if I
my
join?
way back over here.
I'll let you join in when we get to a point that's not like in the middle. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Also, because to get down in this room, you would have to climb down a rope down a shaft.
That a big fucking fat-ass centaur would not make it down.
What are you talking about? She only weighs 2,100 pounds.
Yeah, I don't think our ropes are rated for that much weight.
Gotta make a harness or something. Did anybody pack a block and tackle?
Yeah.
If I look on the bottom of this barge, is there anything that's like markings or triggers or anything on the bottom, like any kind of mechanisms on the bottom of the barge or where it's sitting on this pedestal?
No. Like, it's basically a gold-plated... It's either gold-plated or solid gold. Well, actually, no, it's gold-plated. It's a gold-plated barge or canoe or whatever of some sort, but there's no particular markings. The sarcophagus is covered in those all mirage images.
I'm sorry, sir, we don't take gold-plated items.
Well, that's your problem, not mine. The sarcophagus, although the art depicts it as gray, is actually made out of gold. Yet again, the artists and the people who wrote the text didn't completely kick in with each other.
Okay, well, I lost interest, so Kellic will walk back up the like just walk right back up the fucking shaft and just leave.
Then, so we're going with climbing back up the rope. And I will climb up.
Oh yeah, Teddy did disconnect. He's trying to reconnect, but apparently Florida internet is not great. Okay, Yaza, are you going up too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and activate the other map. Dear God, let's hope it all works.
Yay!
Okay.
Why would you worship a deer god? Why wouldn't you worship like a lion instead?
Because deer are more delicious. I don't know.
You're not meant to eat your god.
Hey, look, there's Xanthiel.
Ah!
You're here.
I see dice.
You are all up here. You already checked for secret doors here.
Oh, I thought I was just doing it in the hallway.
Oh, in this hallway room, there are no secret doors. Whoa. Who cannot see their token?
Alright. So,
Try scrolling around.
I think we had this issue before where I had to drag something on first, roughly to where my token was, then click on it.
Okay.
I think.
Ew.
What did you just do? Oh, God.
I think I dropped a pixie, but I can't see out of it, so I don't know. I see Yaza. Wait, where am I?
You're south of Yaza.
so I think,
Oh, where's my boss?
Oh, you don't have dark vision. How about now?
see everyone else moving around, but I don't see my own token.
Give it a minute. It might. We've been having loading problems tonight.
I had to
Yeah.
refresh mine earlier, but it
Fair
loaded a
enough.
lot faster when I refreshed it.
I'll give that a shot.
Refresh my memory. The room that filled up with wine, that started filling up when we opened a sarcophagus in that room. Was there anything inside that sarcophagus?
There was a thing. What room is that? Room 20? Inside that sarcophagus was... There was a wooden plaque inside of it that said, "Drown your sorrows."
Right.
You can almost hear somebody cackling as you read that plaque in your mind.
So there are two other openings through which wine poured that may or may not lead anywhere interesting. There's the room that we knocked on that somebody basically said, "Go away, I'm busy." And other than that, I think we've explored everything that we know about on this level.
Yeah, there's also the central staircase goes down to another floor, and there's
Right.
the spiral staircase you found.
Right. I think I'd rather go down the spiral staircase, the service staircase, if you will. So does anybody have any preference on which of those things we attempt to investigate? What do I see in the scrying pool?
Do you stare into it for a while?
Yes.
What are you trying to see as you look into it?
Oh, was I guess I was wondering if there's like a specific place that it's like designated to look into.
So if you just stare into it without any focus, you
Yeah.
just see kind of random images that shift through various parts of this complex, kind of just like drifting in and out. You get the impression that you probably have to focus on something to actually get like a specific image.
I focus on the room that we didn't go into to the west, on the other side of the spiral staircase.
You focus on it, but you actually get some pushback when you try to look into that room. And as you're doing so,
No, that's hardly fair for you to try and use my own tools for your own benefit.
I focus on the room that had all the bones and the shield in it.
as you focus on it, you see that room, and it looks like you left it.
Okay.
But you get a pretty clear image of that room.
Interesting. I focus on the wine room.
You see a weird red-filled, distorted version of that room. So you're seeing that room, you're guessing you're seeing it full of wine.
And then going from there to through the mouth to the northeast on that side of the room.
So as you kind of, it's almost like you have a camera flying that way. It goes up a short distance into a now mostly empty cylindrical room that has a small puddle of wine in the bottom of it.
Okay. And then on the opposite side here,
You see a similar tableau passes.
okay. And then we already checked out this one and this, and so this was the only real path. All right, then I focus on the spiral staircase and then wherever it goes down.
So this spiral staircase, the floor below, there's a door that is closed, and it goes down yet another floor to. You see a hallway branching off to the west on that. So a floor below, kind of continuing down. There's a hallway going off to the west, and that spiral staircase continues down again and shows you. The spiral staircase ends. There is a tunnel or a hallway heading to the south, and a door to the east. And that is where it ends.
All right, so if we're on level 2, it ends on level 5?
Yes.
Okay. Then I want to focus on the main staircase in the center. How many levels does it go down?
The main staircase. Sorry, I'm flipping through maps. That's this level. Sorry, I just have to flip through maps. So the staircase goes down for 2 more levels, with various hallways branching off of it. At the bottom level of the stairwell, there are 4 large gargoyle statues surrounding a pit that goes down into darkness.
And then I will focus down through the pit.
As you focus down through the pit, it goes to a chamber below that has. It's a pentagonal chamber that has 2 exits.
I want to focus on the level below this one, level 3, around the central staircase area. Do I find a wall plaque like this one?
Yes, there is a plaque on that wall.
What does that say?
Let me find it. That one says, "Walk through water with weapon in hand. Slake your shadow at the font. The vulture is the first step. Right the gods," as in RIGHT. The walls of history tell all.
So that's 5 statements, yes?
Yeah.
Walk through water with weapon in hand. Slake your shadow at the font.
Slake, as in like drink.
Yeah. The vulture is the first step. Right the gods. The walls of history tell all. The room that we went down the rope into, the engravings on the floor were any of those vulture?
Yeah, a smattering of them are. The 1 second. Yeah, the first one by the doorway that Kellic went through, That one is a vulture, and there are other
Okay.
There are various other vultures throughout the surface of that floor.
The vulture is the first step. But that doesn't tell us anything about what the rest of the steps are. Presumably not the one the dead dwarf is on.
No. Are you continuing to look into the pool?
Yes.
So as you do so, you feel your vision start to get wrested from you, and the surface of the pool begins splashing, and a gauntleted fist breaks up through the water, and a creature similar to the armor-plated constructs you have seen before starts pulling itself out of the scrying pool.
Well, that's downright unfriendly.
What do you do?
I call out through the secret door back towards the center. A little help over here, guys?
Where even is he? I don't know where you're doing this, and I can't see. So
He's in a room to the southwest of the central staircase.
come on. There we go.
Yazo, where did you get off to? Oh, there you are. Okay, I see you.
Is it?
Are you staying there while you shout, or are you moving?
Where he is?
Staying
Oh, God.
Okay,
Where's he?
I need we're gonna roll some initiatives,
Roll.
Sounds fun.
and I'll roll everybody else that is actually here.
How in the fuck did I get a 0.08?
Why is there a skeleton? Get out of here.
You have a negative dex modifier?
I do,
Dexterity of
because
8?
she's a centaur.
So you
I'm the
roll
best
the
at dodging.
1. Your dex modifier is -1. That gives you a 0. The 0.08 is to break ties.
Ah.
Okay. We're in combat order. Kellic, you are up.
I wasn't paying attention. Where are we even fighting?
At the scrying pool, kind of southwest corner of the stairwell.
Okay, well, that's 15. And then I guess I'll just use my sprint to go total of 50. And I guess that's my turn.
Okay. Iku will 10, 30, 25, 60. That's Iku's turn. Teresa will move forward slightly and ready a spell in case she can actually see anything. Sebastian, it is your turn.
We're going to attack this thing.
Your first spear bounces off of the armor, not really doing any damage. The second attack will hit for 7. And the butt of your spear, as you swing it around again, it hits the armor but doesn't do any damage.
All right, cool.
Teddy, where's Teddy? way back there. How far can Teddy move? Wow, his thing is kind of weird. 30 feet, so he'll go 25, 30, 40. He'll go there. The Tomb Guardian's turn. He is going to attack you. He gets 2 slam attacks. So the first attack is an 11. Nope. So I'm thinking he pummels into you twice, but doesn't manage to get past your armor. Just kind of wailing against you in this confined room. Yaza, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna just dash as well and just use up my turn to do that, so 60 feet.
Cool.
That is all.
Xanthiel, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Oh, did we long rest since I last joined? I'm guessing, maybe?
I don't think so, actually.
Okay, cool. I shall talk to this guy. Can I roll a seduction check against the Tomb Guardian, please?
You can try.
No. Well, where's the...
Not that kind of Tomb Guardian.
Wow, okay, racist as well. Okay, I'll see how it is.
Hey.
Gonna waggle those horse flanks at him.
Look, Armorine's not here, so you have a limited pool.
That's true. Wait, is that a bonus action? It is. That's good. Okay. So we're gonna smack it with that, and apparently miss,
Yep.
because I don't think a 10 hits damn near anything.
Skeletons and zombies, pretty much. And only
Sweet.
some of those.
And I shall cast that on myself.
Wow, okay, so you have 500 AC. Cool.
Close.
Kellic, it is your turn. You're probably going to have to move 1 square down before you can move across that way. And then you're good.
Yeah, I was just gonna fly. Like,
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
then I'll be like, whoa, what the hell is that thing? Mm-mm. And then I'm gonna hunter's mark it and I'm gonna smoke the fuck out of it.
Okay. That'll hit. So 10, 11, 7. Oh god. So, okay, the 10 and the 11 hit. Or, I'm sorry, the 26 and the 21 hit, the 16 doesn't hit. So I need to
But
subtract.
also on the 7 damage one, you're gonna love me. I want to re-roll that damage.
Well, the 7 damage one didn't hit.
Okay, well, never mind then.
So the 21 and the 26 attack rolls hit, the 16 doesn't. So you get, what, 10 plus 11 is 21 plus, I'm just going to go in order here. Are those all hunters? You rolled 46. Is that the hunter's mark plus your bonus damage for the first attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm going to add 1, 2, and the last one just because of the order, right? So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 30 damage total for that salvo is what I'm calculating. So you hit him with 2 really nasty arrows there. Guy's still ticking. I think that's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Cool. Iku, where is Iku? Under Teresa? Yeah, under. Nope, that's Teresa. Why is Teresa? Ah,
Who's here?
sorry, I can't. I can't see anything. She can get to about here, and she's gonna hold because she doesn't want to pile into that room anymore. Because she's not great at hitting things. Teresa will kind of get around the corner and hang out because she's not going to pile into melee. She can't really do much. Sebastian, it is your turn.
All right.
Well, that'll hit. For 9. And that will also hit. For 10. And you have started to carve into this abominable construct. The 13 will not hit. Where is Teddy? Teddy will run up by you, Yaza, because that's as far as he can get. Yep. The Tomb Guardian will continue to try and slam you, Sebastian. Do any of those hit?
Those will hit.
Hey. Where's my damage option? Oh, I have to look at the DM version. Haha. The first one will do 17 bludgeoning damage as it smashes a fist into you. The second one will do 13 damage as it just kind of left-right just pounds you with its armor-encased undead flesh. Yaza.
Alright, she's gonna move as far as she can, like with normal movement. Oops.
So 30 foot.
Walking.
Able to see the construct? From here?
Kinda. You can kinda see it. Like, you know it's there. But you're kind of peering into the hallway as Sebastian and the construct are trading blows. You can just kind of make out an arm and a leg.
Okay, so like I can't really hit him with anything then, since it's like I can't really see him.
I'd say the total would be like a -6 on the roll because it has cover and it's in melee, so it would be a -4 for the cover, -2 for like if you're trying to javelin into ranged attack into melee, -2. So it'd be a -6 total to throw a javelin if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I had something else I could do if that. I kind of thought that would be the case. So,
One moment, please. That chair does not sound healthy.
Oh, the chair is fine. It just makes a creak when I move. But the chair itself is actually shockingly comfortable. Bless.
So, yeah, within range 30 feet. Okay, so, I was going to, bless Sebastian, Xanthiel, not that he needs it, or not that she needs it, but, and Kellic.
Okay. And that lasts for a minute, so y'all get to add 1d4 to attack rolls or saving throws. Well, you can add 1d4 to one attack roll or saving throw per turn. Oh. Whenever you make an attack, never mind. It's always.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Bless is
Yeah,
actually
it-
really strong.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Bless is really strong.
Cool. So that's move, action. Do you have a bonus action you want to take or no?
No, that's okay.
Okay. Xanthiel, it is your turn.
Huzzah! Okay, I figured out that if I can't hit it with my mace, I can set it on fire. It's wearing armor, right?
I mean, the armor is kind of integral to the construct. Heat metal.
Heat metal.
Okay.
So now it gets disadvantage because it can't drop its armor.
Yeah, let me look at it real quick. Yeah, it can't drop its armor. Attributes. Okay, cool. In physical context, 2 fire. So it takes 2d8 fire damage now.
Yep.
And then
Yeah, so I just got 14 damage.
Okay, so it takes 14 fire damage as it starts.
Sorry, no, that's an attack roll.
Why is that an attack roll?
I
don't
don't know. There we go, 12 fire damage, sorry.
Sure. So it takes 12 fire damage as it starts literally cooking it's cooking itself.
Yeah, tasty.
And it can't drop its own armor because it's integral to it. So that's that. So that's your action. Do you move or take
Yes.
a bonus act?
No, I think that's all I can really do.
Okay.
Because I'm right next to it, aren't I? Unless my UI's changed.
You
Yep,
are
no, I
right
think
next
I'm
to
good. Yep, cool, all good.
it. Kellic. I like how the next up thing is working, but the it's your turn highlight isn't working.
How's it looking?
Not good. It's literally Sebastian wailed on it with his spear a fair amount, and now it is starting to cook in a very unpleasant smelling manner from the fact that Xanthiel lit its armor into glowing heat.
Okay, well I probably won't use a spell slot then, so I'll just shoot him in the face.
You do so twice.
Damn.
I'm gonna re-roll the damage for the 6th one.
Okay.
So, and I still got the same thing. So I'm gonna use bless on that and add a d4 to it.
You can't add
it's
it
on
to the
the
damage.
It's on the attack roll, not the damage roll.
Okay, well, I still get my Hunter's Mark damage.
So 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 11 is 26. You did it. It takes those 2 arrows, and as it smolders, it collapses in a heap in the corner. Still smelling very much bad because you just cooked a bunch of undead flesh. And that is the end of that fight. You have defeated the Tomb Guardian that leapt out of the scrying pool.
Well, that's neat.
You have already found both of the secret doors that led into and out of this chamber.
I want to look into the scrying pool one more time and concentrate on the main entrance hallway.
You really like tempting fate, don't you?
As you look in, you see Keshma, that big stone lady, just kind of punching ineffectually at the exit door with a very frustrated expression.
Perhaps we should go up there and suggest to her that if she helps us shut down this entire complex, that the exit might be a little bit more forthcoming.
I mean, it does sound like a plan.
So the spiral staircase here goes down but not up, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So
All right.
the two ways up are through the Tomb Dwarf, Tomb Guardian room, and the main staircase.
So I will go up.
Is everybody planning on following?
Yep. I just have an enormous amount of
Yeah.
lag, so I can't really move my token.
So I'm going to narrate this to not load another
Okay.
map right now.
Right.
So as you guys get up to the entrance, you see Keshma kind of staring at the door, and she begins casting a spell that opens up a gate in front of her. And as you see her beginning to open this gate, you are close enough to talk to her if you want to.
Are you sure that gate goes where you think it goes?
And she looks at you and just, with a completely perplexed look on her face, says, "Why wouldn't it?"
Because Asirak has powerful magic governing this place that alters the effects of teleportation type spells.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure.
Damn.
Okay. She takes a step forward towards the gate, stops, and heaves a sigh, and breaks her concentration on the gate, and just says, "Fine. I suppose that's a decent argument, given that he was able to trap me in the first place. What do you propose?"
Well, our entire purpose in coming here was putting an end to whatever machinations he has going on here, and if possible, to him entirely. That being accomplished, easier said than done, I know. Finding a way out of this place might be considerably easier.
I suppose I'll tag along with you for now.
Your assistance is greatly appreciated.
And she just gives an imperious toss of her fine crystalline mane of hair and gestures for you to lead onward. And
I will lead her back down. To the spiral staircase here.
it's worth noting she has a very hard time getting through the smaller hallways. So just for reference, she doesn't move quickly through those. She probably moves at
Right.
about half
She has
speed.
to squeeze.
Yeah, because she's a big stone lady.
That's fair.
And I think that is a good place to pause for tonight because it's 11:56 on my
Concur.
end. So one note, level up before next session. So go to level 10. And we will pick up next week to delve deeper. into the dungeon.
Anybody want to throw down some healing for those 2 hits I took?
I mean,
How much
yeah.
did you lose?
I am down 30 hit points from my ordinary max and 35 from my temporary max.
There you go. Everyone gets healing.
Everybody
Well, up
gets,
to 6 of you anyway.
which is pretty much everyone that took damage.
Yeah.
Programming note, just things get nastier each level, basically.
Sure.
From like the idea of like how much damage things can do to you if you get caught unawares or get hit. So yeah, level up to 10. Yeah, the levels get progressively more punishing, depending on what happens. So I guess that's just as a warning for how you approach problems.
Hit them.
Yeah.
It works great for Americana.
Yeah, well, he's also a barbarian. But anyway, I just wanted to say that before we dig into level 3 completely. Just because, yeah, certain stuff starts to hit harder. Yeah, so there you go. But cool, thank you all. Sorry for all the technical stuff. I don't really have a good answer for it.
No, thanks for running. Also,
Yep,
I won't
thank
be
you.
here next week.
What was
What
that?
about next week?
I won't be here next week.
Okay. My schedule is good until the end of, I think, the last week of August, that week of the 30th. So I guess that would be August or September 2nd. I will not be in town. But I'm planning on continuing running until the 2nd unless we don't have enough people. Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Okay. Well, good night, all. Take care. Have a good weekend. Talk to you all
Good
later.
night.
Bye.
As well.
Bye.